What's up, guys? Are you ready? Are you ready? Come on. Let me know with the hey ho. Get the word out, share it everywhere you can on your social media. Far and wide to the four winds. Spam it, share it, love it. All right, guys. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. I'm hearing little munchkins everywhere. Little munchkin voices. All right, guys. Are you ready? Are you ready to rock and roll? Or rock a lobster? Let's do it. Let's do it. How's it going, guys? We're a little early. It's okay. It's okay with me. If it's fine with you, it's fine with me. What's going on, guys? Hey, I've got my golden shirt on. I didn't even realize I did this morning. I just put this shirt on. I was like, you know what? I'm ready for the golden age. This is a golden shirt. It feels like the sun has risen. I just feel this burden has lifted. Don't you just feel like you can breathe again? It's amazing. It's truly amazing how one can have such a great feeling. Oh, it's so nice. I just want to make you guys feel so good. What can I say to make it feel all better? Well, I guess the reality eventually does dawn upon us all, but you know, it's better to be living in the reality of truth, in my opinion. Reality of truth is so much better to be in. What do you think? We must have faith, Jose says. Pablo says, LOL. I like that. Cheyenne, They are running to Show Me State, Missouri. I'm not sure. Oh, the Show Me State. The Show Me State. That's the catchphrase for Missouri. Thank you very much, Jose. God bless you, Red Silk. Cheyenne, Gerardo, what's going on? Brother Gerardo. Angry Vipers in the house. Cindy is in the house. Hello, Cindy. Freedom Deep. Beverly. Sorry, past my bedtime. All right, Beverly. You must be one of those older boomers that need to get to bed early. Oh, you know what? It's already 12 o'clock on the East Coast. I know. It's late. This is a late night with Robert. I forgot to put the title up there, but hey, we're just going to go through some of the news really quick. I just want to kind of touch on some things, and, you know, it'll be recorded for those who are asleep. And hopefully when you awaken, you'll be able to view this and get as much enjoyment as we're getting right now in the live broadcast. Are you guys feeling like the joy right now? I don't know what. I just feel so much joy right now. I don't know what it is. I just feel so good. American Patriot, what's going on? Cheyenne. Cindy Paul, what's happening? Cindy Paul, I did send you a little message tonight. Yes, I did. Getting back with you on that. I saw your message on Patreon. And by the way, all you patrons, we have a new chat feature. So if you want to get in there and start hanging out and chatting, you're very welcome to sit there and chat all day long if you like. There's all kinds of things to do in there, and all kinds of videos and documentaries and think tanking. This is what we do. We think tank it in there. We're like a big think tank because we like to think a lot. It's like meditation, but we try to focus on the eternal things, so the truths that set men free down in the deep in the soul. We want to get truth in the inward parts, not just a feel-good emotional high, you know, kind of like like a drug. We're not trying to drug people out here, making you feel good. A little spoonful of sugar may help the medicine go down, so there is a little bit of entertainment value, I guess. It's needed. I was watching Chappelle last night. Well, actually, it was today. A little clip of him on Saturday Night Live. Did you happen to catch what Chappelle said? He actually said something pretty profound, even though he is an entertainer, and he did say some, you know, he does have that little edge on his comedy, but he's probably one of the better comics out there that I would say is more in touch with what's really happening. Whether or not he's saved or not, I don't know, but I don't think he is. But he he said some interesting things right at the end of his little skit on SNL last night. I don't know if you caught that. He was talking about, you know, the mindset, especially of the left, and of just the feel and the, you know, the atmosphere that's been a part of America for the last, I don't know, 8 years now, going back to the beginning of Trump's admin. Man, has it been that long? Isn't that crazy how long it's been? It's been almost 8 years. Jeez, this is crazy. Anyways, time does fly when you're having fun, I guess. And boy, have we been having fun. And I'm going to tell you what, the fun is just about to really begin. I hope you're all ready for this 2.0. You thought Trump 1.0 was amazing and glorious and freed. Just wait till 2.0 begins. And it started. It's already rolling out the gate, if you haven't already noticed. Well, let's go ahead and get into the news. All right, well, let's go see what's going on here on our Telegram page, as we always do. Telegram is the place you want to be here for Blazing Press Channel. And I did see somebody say, this is one of the best channels on YouTube, and I have to agree with you on that, in my humble opinion. No, we're not in Kansas anymore, folks. We are not in Kansas, and Toto is looking a little confused. What's going on, Toto? Let's see if I can get Toto to move here. There you go, Toto. Toto's like in the twilight zone there. All right, so Trump on TikTok, he says, I may do the deal or I may not do the deal. I guess there's a little wishy-washy going on right now with negotiating, because that's what happens in The Art of the Deal. If you haven't read the book, you kind of exaggerate quite a bit. It's called a little bit of innocent hyperbole. or innocent exaggeration to get the juices moving. You got to get the juices moving. Get the people to believe something that they can't on their own. You got to help them along a little bit. You got to talk big. You got to talk positive. Even when things aren't positive and there's not really a solution, and there's possibly may not be, even though they have turned back on TikTok for a time. We'll see where it goes from here. It may not be there. It may be, may not, maybe not, maybe. We're not sure. We're not sure yet. But anyways, he'll let us know. J6ers. Okay, so this is the video that we're hanging out with right now. I posted on, and by the way, if you're on our Telegram page, anytime we go live or anytime something big goes down or some breaking news, middle of the night, middle of the day, early morning, late evening, we'll let you know right here. Make sure you got your notification set to push on your phone, instant, so that you can hear and not miss a thing when it does happen, because we've got the best coverage normally of any channel that you can ever find in real time, mobile, very nimble, very quick. We know how to jump over candlesticks, and we can get the news to you with lots of feeds and lots of information very quickly. But this picture here is Elon giving the salute. I don't know if you saw that. People were saying, oh, he realized after the fact, and he said, this is from my heart. This is from actually, it's from my heart. It didn't really look like it was from his heart. It looked like he was actually very happy and saluting the new administration as it was coming in. But yeah, it definitely did have reminiscent feel, World War II feel to it. I don't know why, but it just did. And he's a little strange kind of guy anyway. So my wife did post that. So I did that twice. Okay. Dummy. It was my fault. What am I doing? I'm so sorry. Let me get rid of that. I reposted that twice. Okay. So the police are pushing back, and I did get a message from someone that I think might have some information in the back end that's telling me some stuff, but I'm not sure. But this is the news that's coming out right now about the J6ers. 1,500 of them, I guess, are in jail. Is that true? 50? I didn't know there was that many. Well, he signed an executive order, I guess, to get them all out. And there's some conflicts going on right now in front of the jail. This is happening as we speak. But the person from behind the scenes that I think is legit, I'm not sure. We'll have to vet this person. Said that the guards are beating the prisoners right now. So I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I guess we'll find out. And you got protesters as well as supporters causing some havoc in front of the jail cell, in front of the jail there right now. And here we got Donald Trump is expected to lift the Biden administration's freeze on the supply of 2,000-pound bombs to Israel. Wow, that's amazing. Not sure if Israel's going to like that now, because that's kind of their bread and butter there for getting things done, making sure they make the point, making sure they're ready to respond to any threats that are foreign, right, in a moment's notice. But hey, we're not going to give it to them anymore. I guess that means there's a little message that's being sent there subtly by Trump. And yeah, not sure if they're going to get the point yet. Maybe he's doing it subtle. Maybe he's just it's kind of like the doctor when he's about to pull your tooth. He puts that needle in. He just does it really slowly. Let the numbness come in first before he just jabs it in there. Because if he just jabs it in there too quick, you're gonna go through the ceiling, right? So he just jabs it in there just a little bit at a time. Just let that numbness just fill your gums and go through your jaw so you can't feel it. I guess that's kind of nice of Trump to do it slowly. But as promised to Iran, Russia is fulfilling its agreement. Within 2 months, Iran will be a nuclear state. Iran is reporting that a Russian plane landed in Tehran a short time ago, carrying dozens of nuclear scientists and senior developers in the Russian military. Wow. Here we go. Trump expresses doubt over Gaza hostage deal. What? What is this? I have not seen this. Let me see. The U.S. president plans to lift pause. Okay, he says he's not confident the ceasefire in Gaza will be kept. let's pull that up on a main page here so you can see this. Let us go and look for ourselves here. Let's see. I got that song Rock Lobster stuck in my head now. Like I said, this is my childhood haunting me here. Rock Lobster. Yeah, my stoner friends used to call me Lob. Instead of Rob, they'd call me Lob. Lobster. My vehicle they called the Lobster. It was a big yellow wagon, a Pinto wagon, big yellow Pinto wagon. They'd call it the Lobster. They go, right, Lob, let's go ride in the Lobster. Kind of like Spicoli. They'd all come falling out the doors with the smoke. Anyways, and only 80s people would know what I'm talking about. You got to be from the 80s to get it. President Donald Trump, while signing a slew of executive orders in the Oval Office on Monday night, following his inaugural parade event, was asked if he was confident that he could keep the ceasefire in Gaza and complete the 3-phase of the deal. He was very confident before the election, but now not so confident. That's going to be the theme, guys. And then it's going to be like, oh my gosh, we've been left a dumpster fire and chaos is reigning because of our predecessor, and it's terrible. And it's true. This was all done with purpose and intent. But it's also plausible deniability. But really, the powers that be put both Trump and Biden in. It's called a uniparty. It's called WWE. It's not real. It's fake. It's fake wrestling. It's not real wrestling. Now, if you want to see real wrestling, you got to go watch MMA. MMA is the real deal. You know, you got a plan, you get punched in the jaw, that's when you wake up. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the jaw, but WWE isn't real. It's fake. And this is fake politics. It may look real, it may feel real, but they're really good at it. I mean, look at Trump. He was WWE himself. He was one of the stars of WWE. You don't think he doesn't know how to do it? Come on. He's like Reagan. He's an actor. Reagan was an actor. Reagan was a great president. Everybody talks about Reagan. Even the Democrats love Reagan. Why is that? Because there's a reason. Trump says, I am confident. It's not our war. It's their war. I'm not confident, but they're... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not confident, Trump replied. It's not our war. It's their war. I'm not confident, but they're weakened on the other side. Trump said he looked at a picture of Gaza and said it's like a massive demolition site. It's true. And it's really got to be rebuilt in a different way. He's talking about a two-state solution, something that the Israelis don't seem to really want. I think they're planning on settling it themselves and taking back the land and allowing Muslims to come in under their controls, just like they have in Jerusalem and other parts of Israel. You got to gain your citizenship and be under their control. And they're definitely a surveillance state, big time. So they know everything that you're doing if you're one of them, you know, whether you're a Christian or a Muslim. But even if you're a Jew, you're monitored, I'm sure. Everything is monitored in Israel. They've got all the technologies, the cutting edge surveillance technologies, software, and they're cutting edge on everything, right? The president said Gaza is a phenomenal location on the sea with the best weather. It also has some of the biggest deposits of gas and oil right there. And maybe that's another reason why this is happening. I don't know. But you know, everything is good, he said. Some beautiful things could be done with it. Oh, like what? Like resorts? Like exploration? Like beautiful golden oil? What did he call it? We got liquid gold under our feet. Let's start tapping into that liquid gold, Israel. But it's very interesting. But some fantastic things could be done with Gaza. Now, I had heard a while back that they wanted to give Gazans billions and billions of dollars to produce a mecca of tourism and get everybody out of poverty so that people could go there. You know, there's a lot of Christian holy sites and places of interest to those who are of religious minds, just like, you know, Jerusalem is. There's a lot of places inside of the Gaza territories that people could go check out. Not to mention the beautiful Mediterranean there, or whatever that is there. What is this? What is this picture? U.S. President Trump throws a pin after he signed executive orders. Okay, so he threw a pin. Everybody gets a pin. Pin for you, pin for you, pin for you. On the future governance of Gaza, Trump said, you certainly can't have the people that were there. Most of them are dead. But they didn't exactly run it well. They run viciously and badly, he said. You can't have that. Trump is expected to lift the Biden administration's freeze on the supply of 2,000-pound bombs to Israel in his first days in office. Okay, so he's lifting. I thought he was withholding. Wait a minute. Did I get that wrong? Did I read that wrong? I was thinking that I had thought that the United States had already held back the 2,000-pound bombs. Okay, so he's going to lift the pause. So he's going to give them back the 2,000 pound. Well, we were giving them 2,000-pound bombs for a little while there, and I guess we put restrictions back on them. Okay, so Trump's going to give them, free reign. Go ahead. Go ahead, bomb some more. I guess that's what it is. All right, so we got that. We fixed that. Okay, we fixed it. All right, so let's go back over here and see what else we got here. Someone asked the president, how confident are you, Mr. President, that you can keep the ceasefire in Gaza? Okay, so we said that already. This is the shocking video of the before and the after of the fires. Literally looks like hellscape. Look at that. That's the before and the after pictures. Look at that. It is just absolutely shocking. Now, there are more fires that are happening as we speak. Little brush fires here, a little brush fire there. I'm not sure if they're going to go out of control with all this wind. We're having some more wind in Southern California right now. And there's a lot of fear right now that there's going to be more wildfires. I was monitoring some of the feeds, and there are many fires happening in dumpsters, and literal dumpsters or refuse. They say refuse fires. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe they're just hot spots reigniting. I don't know, but they're everywhere. And it seems like 2 or 3 are popping up every 10 minutes. But the winds are supposed to be anywhere from 50 to 80 miles an hour up until tomorrow afternoon. So another red alert warning, what do they call it? A very important, time for everybody to be watching and keeping their head on a swivel in case it gets out of control. Because once it gets out of control, you can't stop it. And in a moment's notice, you might have to, flee your home. That's how bad it is. When you got winds that strong, you're talking about blowtorch type of coals being thrown in your house. And one coal lands on your house and it'll start your house on fire with 50-mile-an-hour winds. Your house will burn down within a few minutes. Trump just told his chief of staff, Big Pharma darling Susie Wiles, and by the way, she is Big Pharma. And if you don't know anything about her, chief of staff, big-time connections to all the big wigs in Big Pharma. And if you don't know that, you don't know what's going on. Under Trump's first administration, if you'll remember, Trump pulled out of the Paris Accords. He also pulled out of the World Health Organization as a token, as a way of saying to his base, hey, look at us. We're not globalists. We're not doing the Big Pharma thing here. But what did he do? He doubled down on all the money that was being sent to the World Health Organization, and he gave it to Gavi. Gavi is worse than the World Health Organization. It's backed by Bill Gates, and it's the whole agenda of what happened in 2020. This is Bill Gates' dream. It's his dream. That's why he spent 3 hours with Trump. Bill Gates' agenda is the World Health Organization agenda incarnate. In flesh and blood. It's like possession right there in one man, Bill Gates. Okay? So just because he diverted money and the optics now change from World Health Organization to Gavi, that's just a shell game. Like where's the P? It's somewhere in here. You don't know. Look at me. Hey, we're not globalists. Look, we got out of the World Health Organization. We're out of the Paris Accords. We're going to save lots of money. Great. Awesome. Well, what does that change? Anything. Does that change anything? No, it makes it worse. So Susie Wiles, do a little search on her, and she's deep, steep, big-time swamp creature, one of the biggest that you probably, and that's why she's so quiet. That's why she didn't want to talk. Remember when he first picked her, he's tasked Susie Wiles to immediately find out for him what this drone scare was all about so that he can tell us. She'll get to the bottom of it, I'm sure. All of a sudden, trust in the government has been restored. We can now sit back and forget that evil exists, and that the deep state is not out to get us anymore. Don't worry, Trump will put them all in handcuffs. Along with the Silicon Valley tech giants that attended his inauguration, the same ones that censored the American public over the last 8 years, they're all now on board, willing participants. Trust the plan. By the way, the Chinese TikTok guy that owns it, or that was CEO or whatever he was sitting right next to, I think it was the, what's her name? I don't know if it was State Department, pick, or State Department. It was a woman. I can't remember his cabinet yet. I'm still getting familiar with his cabinet, but she's got the dark hair. He was sitting right next to her. It was like one of his top cabinet picks for, security, basically. And as a Chinese guy, that's why they're suspicious of the Chinese. The reason why they don't want TikTok is because every teenager eventually grows up and becomes military. Not every teenager is going to be military. Not every teenager is going to be in high positions of influence in the tech world or in the government sector or whatever. But there are those that are on TikTok that will be one day. And so they have access to all these people's information that are one day going to either be military, government, or high tech, or business, or whatever. And so they have every bit of information on everybody that is still young, that's, maybe 16, 17, 18, get ready to be in their 20s and 25, early 20s, that are going to be in the field of influence that is going to be of interest to China. And that's why it is a security threat. But Trump says, it doesn't matter. They're just a bunch of kids. Did you see a statement today? It doesn't matter. What is China going to get from them? They're just a bunch of kids. Well, that's true. If we don't have a future, right? If there's no future for America, then I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's see. I posted this here about, because Trump didn't put his hand on the Bible. Everybody's all up in arms. What's going on there? Is he even a Christian? Why did he not do that? Most every president in the whole of our history has put their hands on the Bible, except for maybe Roosevelt. Now, I found out that Roosevelt did put his hand on the Bible. I think he was the only president that actually had 4 terms. I think it was 4 terms. And he had put his hand on the Bible. He had a Dutch Bible that he had used. But the other guys was John Quincy Adams, and he wasn't a Christian. He was, they say he was at one point, but that he converted to become he transformed into a Unitarian. And I don't believe that a Unitarian is even close to being a Christian. It's kind of offshoot, and it's a little, be classified possibly as a cult, or a cult, an aberrant, it's kind of like Christian Science, like, what is Christian Science? Is that really Christian? No, they don't believe in the deity of Christ. And so John Quincy Adams didn't believe in the deity of Christ. And he was one that didn't swear on a Bible, but he did swear on something. It was the book of the law of, I don't know if it's a Constitution or what, but he swore on something. And also LBJ, after the assassination, when he was in the plane, remember when Jackie Kennedy was in the plane, and she kind of watched over the swearing in of LBJ at the last minute. It really wasn't a Bible there. That's why he didn't swear in. Well, Trump didn't put his hand on the Bible. Some would say, well, his wife got there just a few seconds too late. She had it in her hand, but he didn't put his hand on it. Maybe he forgot. Maybe he was so caught up with the moment. Maybe God didn't want him to put his hand on the Bible, and he completely forgot. Because his wife had the Bible like this. She was like, "Aren't you going to put your hand on it, honey?" And he was just like totally oblivious. Either he was oblivious or he just didn't want to do it. But then again, he was in the belly of ISIS at the Capitol, with the apotheosis, or whatever they call it, of George Washington above, where you become a god. And if you're not familiar with that ritual of Osiris rising that takes place every inauguration in the hall of one of the greatest temples of the Masonic Lodge right there in D.C., well, you need to go back and check out our Patreon page and find out on that documentary what actually is happening. There is going to be a certain man at a certain time when the golden age dawns, they say. That sounds familiar. Oh, and this person is going to be possessed by Apollo. Is going to come up from the underworld. He's going to perform signs and wonders. Going to make everybody very happy, and the world is going to be in awe of what this man can do. So anyways, that could be possibly what's going on there. Who knows? This one is interesting because Melania's hat kind of reminded me of the dude in this song. I don't know if you've ever seen that group, The Dead South. In Hell, I'll Be in Good Company. Did you ever hear that song? It's got like 500 million views. But the hat kind of reminded me of the dude in here that was singing the song. She had kind of a very strange looking hat there. They almost looked like they were mourning. Everybody was in black. It was kind of weird. I mean, look. You had they were really dark. Everything seemed real dark. It was almost like the picture. And some would say, Robert, you're hating on Trump. No, I'm just speaking what I see. I'm not hating on Trump. Trump had a picture when he was first president like this. You know, and now he's got the picture of, or no, he's sitting there like this, really smiley. Like, I'm president, you know, and now he's like this. Kind of half smiling. It almost looks like a cross between his mugshot picture and his 2016 presidential picture, but a little more dark. Kind of the shadows of the light are coming down, so you got to see shadows on his face. The other picture of 2016 presidential picture was bright face, smiley, happy. This one is real dark, uplifted eyebrow, looking kind of like he's gonna take people to task. This is dark MAGA. This is dark MAGA coming for you. So this is what it looks like to me, dark MAGA. And what is this going to do with the people that are in the country by the millions that are going to be being deported forcefully? You're going to have chaos. Not to mention the possible people that want to do us harm within. Now, I'm not saying that it's not a bad idea. I just think that this is all part of the plan to unravel what is the United States of America as we know it. Out of the ashes should come up something much more controlled, much more scripted, and under the influence of the new technologies that Trump, Elon, and everybody else is rolling out. And everybody's going to bow and submit, and they're going to go along with this because people are going to be in terror of what's happening in the world. And who better to guide us through that time than Trump? Unfortunately, that's what's coming. Biden has pardoned his whole family and also those who had convicted the J6ers and a host of other criminals. So, you know, that's pretty blatant in your face. But then again, the white hats pointed out as their virtuous oversight now. They're free of all these types of motivations. They're pure as a wind-driven snow. That's why they're called white hats. It's kind of like the yin and the yang. You got the white and the black, or the good and the evil tree. It's still the same tree, but it's got good fruit, bad fruit. It doesn't matter. It's still the same root. It's no different, right? It's called the tree, the uniparty tree. The tree that you're supposed to eat of is in the center of the garden. It's called the tree of life. That's the tree you're supposed to go to. That's the source of motivation that God will bless, not the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The devil is at the base of that tree. Doesn't matter how good a fruit you have that may look good. Remember the people that Jesus said, "You depart from me, you workers of iniquity"? What did they say? Lord, didn't we do all these good things in your name? Did we not heal the sick? Did we not cast out demons? Did we not perform mighty miracles? Jesus turns to them and says, "I never knew you. Depart, you workers of iniquity, depart from me." What? What are you talking about? We did all these great things. Everybody loved us. But it doesn't matter. If your motivation is wrong, if you're filled with pride, You got pride, and you don't trust the God of heaven, and you don't give him his due, and you don't wait upon him, you don't truly bring the true repentance to the people. You're not overseen as a true prophet, priest, or king that is representing Christ, but you're your own king. You're after your God of your own. And I'm going to tell you what, I heard the 5 I wills today in some of the statements. You know, the 5 I wills of Satan in the book of Isaiah. I heard that today in some of these statements today. You might want to go back and listen to that. We will. It was more than 5 even. It seemed like almost 10 I wills. And when you will, without God's will, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Yeah, you might get that and a whole bunch of hell along with it. God may allow you to do your thing, and he may appoint kings over you for that purpose. I'm just telling you guys to be ready. Get ready for what's coming. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu is planning to visit the U.S. this week to meet with the newly sworn-in President Trump. That ought to be interesting. Can't wait to see that one. Here's the differences between 2016 and 2025. No hand on the Bible, a hand on the Bible. No hand on the Bible, a hand on the Bible. Nice, beautiful red tie with white shirt. You know, everybody seems to be in light colors, but here it looks like a funeral. Very strange. Elon Musk says on his Twitter page or X page, Return of the King. The Return of the King. Keep your eyes on Jesus. He's talking about Jesus, right? Isn't he? Oh, wait, no. He's talking about somebody else there. Somebody who's trying to be the king. The King of glory. It's the only one that is worthy of that honor and that name. Florida Governor DeSantis has now recognized the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of California, officially, in an executive order. The Gulf of America. You see that? Took a little poll here, just kind of curious. Is Trump good or bad? Looks good, but very deceptive, 23%. Very bad, easy to see, 13%. 19%, very good, though, through and through. I love him. 20% of the people that come to our page said that they love him and they think he's good through and through. The other 80%, either wishy-washy or completely on the opposite end. 45%, I could care less. I'm on my way to glory and Jesus is my king. I almost didn't put that in there because I knew people would pick that one other than having to make an actual black and white choice. But I did. I stuck it in there. I don't know. Maybe I should have took it out. If I just had the top 3, then you would have had to make a black and white choice, and that would have really. But anyways, here's another chart in the last few days. Explosive diarrhea and vomiting is on the rise as of late. It's some kind of the norovirus, and it says that it may be on the rise because of the antibody dodging variant and post-COVID-19 socializing. So look at that chart. That's like going skyrocketing in the last few days. I don't think that's related to Trump or anything, but maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe people are sick to their stomachs. I don't know. Maybe it is. Who knows? I don't know. Just say it. I just don't know. I have no idea. I'm hopeful, but not really. I'm a little skeptical, I guess. This is our Patreon page. If you want to check out the early morning coverage, we weren't able to keep it on YouTube, but I did put it on our Patreon for all the patrons that support our channel and keep us on the air. And we appreciate all of you out there. We give you a little something special. And we had a little conversation in a Zoom chat, and as well, great commentary to boot on top of that. Now, this was actually the broadcast that I did earlier this morning. I had to take that and put it on the channel because I heard they were giving people copyrights. So I didn't want to get a copyright, so I took it off. And I stuck it on our Patreon page, but it was really good in real time. If you missed it, become a patron. You can go watch it. Christians, do you think that I'm warning you about this daily because Trump is not a Christian? So he said, This is Trump in his own words, actually. Trump in his own words, he says, "Oh, well, I'll get to it. Let me just keep going in the order here that I'm in." I don't know if you saw the video here, and you can check out all the videos here at the Blazing Press channel on Telegram. But Mike Pence was booed when he came in to the inauguration ceremony. If you didn't see that part, he was booed big time. West Bank is on fire. A bunch of stuff was going on with the Israelis today on the West Bank. Even some arrests, some massive arrests were taking place. There was bombs falling and all kinds of conflict. Big time conflict going on there. Initial reports that the U.S. Embassy convoy targeted in an ambush by Haitian militants in the Haitian capital of Port-au-Prince. At least one U.S. Embassy staffer was injured. That happened today. This is the apotheosis of Washington on the Capitol building, on the rotunda, on the ceiling. And this is Washington becoming a god. By the way, Washington was not a Christian. He was a deist, and he was a high-level Mason, and he was in good standing. He went to church for the purpose, as they did with the Great Seal, putting in God we trust, because there is a God that they serve. It's not the same God of the Christian Bible. Just so you know, he becomes a god. This is where Washington is exalted to godhood, and these are not angels. And there's nothing to do with Jesus. Many people think that this is a Christian sign here. It's not. All of the architecture in D.C. is either Egyptian, Roman, or Greek. And it's dedicated to the gods. It's right there in the Hall of Congress, or the Library of Congress, in the structure in the building, and the architect that actually made the design of Washington, D.C., they dedicated it to the pantheon of gods. It had nothing to do with Christianity, just so you know. So this ritual that we talk about in this, that we were talking about in this documentary by Thomas Horn, goes into great detail and a lot of history and a lot of documentation right out of the Library of Congress to show that what this is a massive ritual every inauguration until the final one that it works on, that it actually possesses for the golden age of that end time global governance that's going to come. They believe it's coming right out of America. And this is an ancient belief system. This isn't something that just came about recently. Even going back to the Essene prophecies out of Qumran before the time of Christ, they believed that the end of the age would be 2025, according to their calendar, that the Messiah would come. And so here we are. We are there. Zuck was doing something that I thought he was a cyborg. I had no idea that he had any kind. Maybe cyborgs have been trained to look at women, but it just kind of looks very interesting here. And Zuckerberg's hairstyle, my goodness, what happened? This is some of the clashes that are breaking out in the West Bank with Israeli settlers and Palestinians. And this is a video of Elon doing the World War II salute. And he did it twice. He didn't just do it once. He did it one way. He did it once this way, and then he did it once this way. And then he said, and then he realized, and he said, "This is my heart to you." This guy here was very dramatic in his prayers. And what did I say about it? I think I said something else. It just reminded me of just such a, I don't know. It just symbolized to me the whole, everything that was happening there today. Minutes after Trump was officially sworn in, a request to the Pentagon to identify who was the acting leader of the U.S. military was directed to Trump's White House because there's nobody as executive leadership. All of their pictures are taken off the wall, including the recent portrait of General Miley. They took it off the wall at the Pentagon. It was posted there 2 weeks ago, and they took it off the wall. Now, this is a leadership. This has nothing to do with the generals, but if you look at the generals, the wall where the generals' portraits are, well, they just put Miley's up there 2 weeks ago. It's not there anymore. This is a new Time magazine cover. Look at this. So if you see that picture up there at the top, that's a picture of George Washington during the Revolutionary War. Why would they have a Revolutionary War portrait on the Time magazine above Donald Trump? I just think that's interesting. The image harkens back to the messianic origins of the country and their plans now being fulfilled under Trump. Here we go. Here's the Mark Miley, or General Miley's portrait that was unveiled at the Pentagon exactly a week and a half ago, and today it was removed. Right off the wall. I'm sure they're going to burn it. The Panama president says the canal is and will remain Panamanian. But Trump says, oh no, we're coming to take it back. It's going to be a soft invasion, just like Mexico and Canada. If you ever seen that old South Park episode where America invades Canada, did you ever see that? It's like that's what's going to happen. We're invading Canada. We're going to invade Greenland. We're going to take Greenland and make it a part of the North American Union. And Canada is going to become our 51st state. Mexico's coming along whether they like it or not. We're going to invade their soft invasion first, but it's going to be because cartels, obviously they're terrorists there. So we're going to make our incursion, and as we do, we will eventually, I'm sure, assimilate Mexico. And we'll be down in Panama here real soon, too. The Panama Canal will be ours. And where we go from there, who knows? What, did I post that twice? Oh, that's two different ones. And that's what I noticed too when they were doing the prayers today. There was a Christian, there was a Catholic, or a Protestant, a Catholic, and a Jew, but there was no Muslim. And I was wondering what happened to the Muslims. No Muslims in there to represent? Come on, I thought we were a country of diversity. But here's the reason. I guess I found out after the fact. Imam Hosham al-Husani invocation at Trump's inauguration was canceled at the last minute due to his support of Hezbollah. Looks like the Jews were definitely involved in getting that to be stopped. Venezuela's dictator Maduro says that he's looking for some cigars. Oh, wait a minute. That's not true. He says that the military has started preparations for a large-scale military drill to plan for an quote-unquote eventual foreign attack. By who? I don't know. Just take a guess. I guess we're going to invade Venezuela too. Now, by the way, Venezuela has lots of oil. We would love to go in there, I'm sure. Did you hear the priest today literally praying to Donald Trump's parents? Necromancing right there in the Capitol with Trump's approval and smiles. Yes, he literally did pray and asked for Trump's parents to guide us. One of his parents' name is, I guess his mother's name was Mary, so that made it even sound more Catholic, I guess. Praying to his mother Mary. It's kind of interesting. Hillary Clinton was booed, and her partner in crime, Bill, booed as they walked in. This is the WWE, you know. The villains have to come out now. The villains have turned. Now they're the champions, and the villains have become the champions. The champions have now become the villains. Isn't that amazing? So much intrigue and emotion that they're stirring on both sides. I love it. American-Mexican border in El Paso crossing has been shut down under Trump's orders, preparing for the invasion. This is the deification or the glorification of a man to godhood, according to the Egyptian ritual of the Osiris rising. And this is what we model our presidential inauguration after. Contrary to popular belief, President Reagan was not inaugurated underneath the apotheosis, which is known in the occult world as the womb of Isis. The womb of Isis. That's the capital. And Washington Monument as the, what do they call that? The obelisk is the phallic. It's what impregnates the pregnant capital to bring forth the rising of Osiris, right? After the 13 pieces, I guess Isis had found the 13 pieces of Osiris that had been cut up, or the 14th. She couldn't find the 14th piece, which was the phallic, and that is what produced the seed to impregnate once again the 13 pieces that were a more perfect union that were brought together. Remember the 13 pieces or the 13 colonies? Well, that's a part of it. The 13 pieces, which brought together a more perfect union, were brought forth the rising of Osiris back from the dead. And that's what the Capitol and the Washington Monument are. They're a big, it's a big occult, and everything that's laid out there is laid out with purpose and intent. The way the streets are, the buildings, they're all Roman and Greek and Egyptian architecture with a lot of stuff under there. Hold on one second here. Somebody's messaging me here. Hold tight. Let me just see really quick what this is. Okay, yeah, the swearing in of Reagan. Okay, so let's look at that really quick. The swearing in of Reagan took place here in another wing, not under the dome. So I believe that Trump is probably one of the only presidents that have been swore in the rotunda underneath the apotheosis, where Osiris is supposed to rise up. If you could find out if there's any other presidents that have ever been inaugurated in the Capitol Dome, let me know. I'm kind of curious. I know that Reagan was not. He was off to the side, and he was not under the apotheosis in the dome underneath, directly under the dome. He was not there. He was off to the side in another room. Very interesting. I didn't know that. Okay, so that is interesting. So it says the first inauguration of Ronald Reagan as the 40th president of the United States was held on Tuesday, January 20th, 1981, at the west front of the United States Capitol in Washington, D.C. This was the first inauguration to be held on the building's west side. The apotheosis, however, is at the center of the building. This is where Trump was sworn in. Apotheosis, from the ancient Greek word, and it shows you the epitome of the word, or the etymology, I guess, to deify, also called divination or deification. And the Latin is making divine, right? It is the glorification of a subject to divine levels, and commonly the treatment of a human being, and any other living thing, or an abstract idea in the likeness of a deity. The original sense of apotheosis relates to religion and is the subject of many works of art. Figuratively, the apotheosis may be used in almost any context for the deification, glorification, or exaltation of a principle, practice, etc., or a person. So normally attached to an abstraction of some sort. And that's what the mural is up there, right, of George Washington. He literally reached his deification while he's up there with all these personages and or angels, but they're not probably not the angels of God. In religion, apotheosis was a feature of many religions in the ancient world, and some that are active today. It requires a belief that there is a possibility of newly created gods. So a polytheistic belief system, right? That's why they called it the pantheon of gods for the capital and for the architecture of DC. It was made as a dedication to the pagan gods of the pantheon. It wasn't dedicated to Jesus and God and the Bible, contrary to a lot of popular opinions. The major modern religions of Christianity, Islam, and Judaism do not allow for this. They're monotheistic, though many recognize minor sacred categories such as saints. Well, that would be the Catholics, right? They do have exalted saints that are created in the process of canonization. In Christian theology, there is a concept of the faithful becoming godlike called divination or divinization, divinization. I don't know if that's divination. No, that's not divination. It's divinization. So they become divine. Or in Eastern Christianity, theosis. In Hinduism, there is some scope for new deities. A human may be defined or deified by becoming regarded as an avatar of an established deity, usually a major one, or by being regarded as a new independent deity, usually a minor one, or some mixture of the two. So that's Hinduism and Christianity's ideas of something similar, but not actually becoming a literal god. Biden pardons his family members. Melania Trump on Inauguration Day almost looks, gosh, it's just a very odd look. What, there's something that it reminds me of, and I'm trying to think. It not only reminds me of that one guy on that song, but I'm trying to remember what that was. But anyways, I can't remember the name of that cartoon. It's a cartoon. Okay, so Trump's no Bible move did not go unnoticed by internet users. Okay, so everybody's buzzing about that. I don't know what was going on with Elon, but he looked like he was in a daze. Like he was, I don't know, maybe something wrong with his neck, or he was having an epiphany, or his soul left his body. I don't know. Something happened there. Jerusalem Post says, I want to be remembered as a man of peace, Trump says. Newly sworn in President Trump said at inauguration. And everybody was trying to figure out, did he not put his hand? There was no visual of him putting his hand on the Bible. No, he did not put his hand on the Bible. It's legitimate. He did not do it. Some are saying, well, he probably was inaugurated the other day. Or maybe he was always president and never left. Well, then it's all his fault with all the things that have happened, if that's true. But if he was inaugurated yesterday, why would that be? Why would they not allow the public to know that? Why? I don't get it. Why would they allow that to happen? They're just keeping secrets, right? So they're not going to be telling you a lot of stuff then, that means. Or Melania got there just a little bit too late, and Trump didn't recognize that he was, or remember that he was supposed to put his hand on the Bible. I don't know. It's very strange. Very strange. Barron Trump doesn't look too comfortable sitting there next to Elon, who is doing some crazy, weird things that he likes to do a lot. He does have it's not Tourette's. It's what do they call that? He's got some kind of disorder. Even smart people can have it. They say he's a genius, but he has this disorder, and I forget what they call it. Barron doesn't look too happy there. So he said, so Elon does that gesture at the moment that Trump says, we will pursue our manifest destiny into the stars by launching American astronauts to the planet to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars. And that's when Elon gets all excited, right? Well, first of all, why is it that we can't get back to the moon? Why don't we first try getting ourselves back to the moon first? And let's have some real visual, footage, not this fake produced video footage that was from the 60s. And by the way, the guy who produced all that footage, I have actual testimony before he died. He came clean and he basically said it was all fake. He said that he did it because it was his greatest accomplishment that, he was tasked with out of all of the different cinematic productions that he produced. He was one that did The Shining. He was the director of The Shining, with Nicholson. He also did some other big films, but he was the guy they tasked to produce the moon landing. And he came out, and I have the video. You ever want to see it? I think I might have posted it on Blazing Press Telegram page, or I think we posted it on our Patreon page. You can go and check it out. Just let me know if you want to see it. But he basically goes through this long explanation of what happened and how it was all fake, how they had to fake it. And everybody knew it anyway because it did look pretty fake. But anyway, let's get back to the moon first. Let's just see if we can get to the moon first. Because I don't understand why we can't even get our guys out of space. I mean, they're stuck on the International Space Station. I don't know how many months now. They're going to be there for a long time, and we can't even get them out of the space station. How are we going to get to Mars if we can't even get these guys off the space station? Come on. It don't make any logical sense. This is a crazy video of John Fetterman. You guys know, or I think not John. I don't know what his first name is. Fetterman. He's I think is he a congressman? I don't think he's a senator. He's walking around in front of DC with shorts on and a hoodie. They say it's 20 degrees out there. Maybe he's just doing that to show everybody, hey, it's not bad out here. We could have had the inauguration out here. I'm out here in my shorts and my hoodie, and it's not even cold. You want to see that video? I think this is just the most crazy video. I can't believe that he would do this. They're just like, what is this guy doing? I mean, it's just so bizarre. But then again, look at Fetterman. Oops, what did I do? Okay, guys. Sorry about that. That's a wrong video there. That was not meant to be. Let me turn that off there really quick. All right, how about that? Did that work? All right, so here we go. That was a wrong video there. Sorry about that. All right, check this out. Look at him. Look at him. Shorts. Hoodie. What in the world is going on there? Didn't that guy have a brain injury? Wasn't he the guy that had the brain injury? Maybe there's something going on there. Or maybe he's just trying to make a point. Not exactly sure there. ABC News said, Mike Pence is a patriot. We love him. ABC News actually said this is the New World Order. What? But anywho's, that's about it for tonight. I think I'm done with this little update here. What do you guys think? Now I've got that song stuck in my head. Yeah, I think he had a stroke. I think it was a stroke. I think you're right. It was a stroke. Cheyenne, what's going on? Arnold Schmidt. Tomorrow we will see what happens in North Carolina. in East Tennessee. Why? What's going on there? Is it the cold you're talking about? Yeah, he defeated Dr. Oz. But see, Dr. Oz is kind of strange anyway, huh? He had to relearn everything. Amazing. He came back from definitely from a very difficult situation he came back from. It is pretty amazing. That's Fetterman's uniform. It is true. He does like short pants. And I've seen people where I live, when it's like 0 degrees, walking out into the store, they got short pants on. I've seen that. I've seen people do that. Their legs are all red. That's why they call it rednecks, because they're always red. Even in the sunshine, even when it's cold, they turn red. They wear short pants when it's 0 degrees outside. It's like, what? He was upset about Miley's painting being taken down. Oh, really? Yeah, he had a brain injury. Yeah. He rehabbed in a mental institution, Cheyenne said. Is that true? Are you making that up? Craig P. said Biden forgot to pardon himself. Oh, is that? Yep, he did. He blew it. That's not good. But he's so old now anyway. If Trump put him in jail, who knows? Maybe everybody would be. But see, the whole country is already so far divided. That would only divide the country even more. I don't think Trump can literally do that kind of thing without causing ultimate chaos. But then again, if that's what they really want is chaos in the country, who knows? I just think we're going into chaos, guys. I just don't see, and I know I like the pretty talk. I like the hope, the hopium. But I just think we're coming into 2.0 China sneeze, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what they're going to say it is, but that's coming. They're saying it's going to be worse. You're already seeing it with the bird, the bird thing that's going on. Now you're seeing eggs disappearing off the shelves. They're getting rid of, they're culling all kinds. I'm telling you guys, have you noticed your eggs going up in price? Well, that's going to get a lot worse. You probably aren't even going to be able to get eggs here pretty soon. What, a dozen eggs that are GMO'd eggs now are like $5 or $6, $7 a dozen. Your organic eggs are $10, $12 a dozen in some of these cities. This is just the beginning of the prices rising, but who knows if they might disappear altogether. A lot of people are saying they can't even find eggs on the shelves anymore. Anybody out there having problems with eggs? Well, this is all due to the new bug that's coming. There's like a trifecta. No, they don't call it a trifecta. They call it a quad. There's like 4 different bugs now and viruses that are attacking people all at once. They said it's never happened before, right? I don't know. I guess we're going to find out on that one. Red Silk says $8 a dozen. Wow. $8 a dozen. Is anybody having any problems even finding them? We're already in chaos now, Mark says. Yeah, but this is the calm before the storm. You want more cluck for your buck? That's a good one. I like that. I need some more cluck for my buck. We might be rolling back out the freeze-dried eggs because, hey, you can stock up on freeze-dried eggs, but they're kind of expensive, Freeze-dried eggs. Get 50 of them in a bag, 50 eggs. It'll last you a long time, and all you got to do is add water. Those are great. We'll try to get some more of those in here. But the prices are definitely going up. They're doubling. And I don't doubt not too long. I've told you guys over a year ago. How many of you guys remember me telling you, get some chickens because they're going to be laying golden eggs? How many of you guys remember me saying that like over a year ago? Chickens are going to be laying golden eggs, and egg prices are going to go up even higher than they are now if they don't altogether disappear. So if you do get freeze-dried eggs, you can stock up on them. There you go. They can't take your freeze-dried eggs away from you, can they? Or are they going to bust in your door and say, give us your eggs? This is the FDA, what is the one that monitors the health of meat and poultry? What is it? The USDA. We're here. Armed USDA busted in our doors. Give us all your eggs and your chickens. And you got a cow out there. You're hiding a cow somewhere in the back there. Seriously. $2 a dozen? Lynn? Where are you at? Where are you at, Lynn? We're all going to come over there. Maybe you should start selling eggs through the mail. You can double your price. It's kind of like this meme coins, Trump meme coins, Melania meme coin. You can sell it at $2 and make a profit of 4 or 5 on each one. What do you think? It's a good idea. Let's go into business together. We'll start selling eggs. It's a golden egg. Hey, they have gold. They're golden eggs, man. This is a golden age. Chickens laying golden eggs on a golden age with a golden shirt. There's a sign right there. It's a sign. 18 eggs, about the same price. $11.59 for 18 eggs? Are you kidding? $12 for 18 eggs, almost? Holy cow. That's almost $1 an egg. I predict eggs will go up to $2 an egg before they disappear. They will be up to $2 an egg before they disappear. You better start getting some chickens while you can. But anywho's, let's see what else I got to say. Oh, I wanted to talk a little bit before I go about the meme coins, because the meme coin thing is really interesting to me. Now, if I was one of the insiders that was aware of what was coming with the meme coin, you could have bought in on that meme coin for just pennies per coin. And once they released it, because you're at the tippy top of the pyramid, like it's like a pyramid, you're going to get a great return. You know what the price of a coin went to? $74 a coin, right? So let's say you bought, I don't know, a couple hundred thousand coins for, like, let's just say 20 cents a coin, right? That's not that much money, right? To put out for 20 cents a coin. I'm sure it would add up to a chunk of change right out the door. But when the price goes up right out the first day or two to $74 a coin, well, then you just dump half your stock and you make a pretty penny. How much do you make? I don't know. Calculated it out. Let's just say you sold 100,000 coins that you paid 20 cents for. Let's see. 20 cents times 100,000 equals, did I do that right? I don't know if I did that right. Let me see if I did that right. 20 cents times 100,000. What does that come to? Anyways, I don't even know. It doesn't look right on my calculator. $2,000. That's what I thought. It said 20,000, but I think it's $2,000, right? $2,000. Okay, so $2,000. I was going to say $2,000. So if you got $2,000 invested in 100,000, and let's just you put out let's say you put out 200,000. You bought 200,000 coins, right? So then you decide, okay, it's at $74 a coin. I'm going to dump 100,000 of my coins. 100,000 coins times $74, you would have made $7,500,000. $7,500,000 from a $20,000 investment. No, from a $40,000 investment, because the other 100,000 you still have. You still have 100,000, but you dumped half of your stock. That's why it went up to 74, and then it dropped down to $54 a coin, right? So it dropped. Now everybody's like, "Oh yes, everybody buy back in." You buy the low, you buy the dip, you buy the dip, and then it started going back up again, right? Tick 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 tick. It's like a roller coaster. It's called a pump and a dump scheme. They pump it and then they dump it. Then they pump it and then they dump it. They just keep doing it. Rinse, wash, repeat. Rinse, wash, repeat. You just get rich. And so it keeps going back up again. Now it's going to go just like a roller coaster. All right, ready, guys? It's time to dump. Ready? Or we're going to all coordinate. Ready? 1, 2, 3, dump. And they dump all their coins again. Like they'll dump 50,000. It's at $100 a coin now. dump 50,000, boom, it drops down again, boom, it goes way down, and they're like, okay, it'll go back up again because everybody's so stupid. They're gonna put their money back in, and they're gonna think it's gonna go back up to the moon again, and here it comes. Like it's like sneakers. You go, but it says there on the disclaimer, it's a meme coin. It's fake. It's for entertainment. It's not real. There's no value in it. This is not an investment scheme, or this is not an investment opportunity. It says right there in the disclaimer. So people are putting their money. I'm going to get rich. How much did they go up to? Like, I don't know. It was like 20 billion dollars over just a certain small 24, 48 hour period. People, billions of dollars into the Trump coin. Miscellaneous coin, I think, was at $10 last time I looked. $10 a coin. Trump's went up to like 74. I haven't even looked. Let me look and see what it is now. Let's just look and see what its price is now. It's going to probably blow my mind here. Let's see. We're at crypto.com. Oh, you got to log in. Let's just go somewhere else. Trump coin price charts. It is... Wasn't it at 74? Let's see. Where are we at here? It's the Strump coin, right? Strump? No, it's the dollar sign. Okay, so it's at $34 now, right? It was at, oh gosh, why can't I see this? Oh, no wonder. Okay. So it was, from what I understand, it was at 74. Yeah. At the highest, it was at 74. Now it's at 34. You know how many people lost their asses? Here, let me show you. Let me just show you really quick before we go. This is monetization of the presidency right here. Oh, but it's all for fun. You know how much money they made off of this? I'm telling you guys. I am telling you, they made so much money. And they're laughing. Everybody's laughing. Stupid people. They thought they were going to get rich on a meme coin. So look, like this was at $74, but how many days ago? On the 19th, yesterday, it was at... Okay, so it had a volume of $31 billion. $31 billion. And it was at $74.59. So when they first started out, when they first released it to the public, it was at $9.83. But the people that bought into it before it actually went public, they probably got it for pennies on the dollar. Pennies. And then it went up to, and they bought huge amounts. And so it goes all the way up, and then 74, that's good enough, guys. Dump. The price is $34. $39, and then it starts to rise again. Everybody's like, it's gonna go back up, and they're like, all right, guys, it's at 62. It's not gonna go any higher. Dump, and it goes down. Dump. People are like, oh, let's buy in right now. It's gonna go up again. Okay, keep buying in. Dump. Buy in again, dump, and these guys are just dumping. They keep dumping it. When people buy in, they dump again, and they buy in when it goes low. They buy a bunch when it goes low again, and then they're like, okay, it's going back up. It went up so they keep making a little money every time they dump. They're making a couple million. Who knows how much they got, and so now it's going to peter out. I won't be surprised if after a while it's just down to zero again. Like a couple dollars. But they just raked in billions of dollars, whoever's in on this. And then they've got the official, let's see, there's a Melania coin, which came out. Let's see what the Melania coin is. The Melania coin. And see, a meme. It's a meme. Yeah, see, now look, the same thing happened with Melania. Everybody's all like, I can't believe I was so stupid to put my money into this. My God, it was up at $13 yesterday, and now it's $4 with a $3.57 billion volume in 24 hours, right? So buy in at the low, buy the dip. Are you really serious? You're going to actually put your money into something like that? Seriously? Even after one day, it's a big scam. Total scam. So sad. People just don't know what they're doing, I guess. They just trust the plan. You're buying a piece of history, guys. Come on. Get your meme coins. You want to know? Here's a meme coin. Here's what it means. Here's what a meme is. Okay? And this is a meme. Look. Okay? It's like a frog or something stupid. All right? Here's some images just so you know. These are memes. I don't think that memes what you think it memes. There was a spider. It's gone now. These are all memes, okay? So here's the definition of a meme, just so you know. The definition of a meme is an idea, a behavior, or style that spreads by means of imitation from a person to person within a culture and often carries symbolic meaning representing a particular phenomenon or theme. A meme acts as a unit for carrying cultural ideas, symbols, or practices that can be transmitted from one mind to another through writing, speeches, gestures, rituals, or other imitable phenomenon with a mimicked theme. Supporters of the concept regard memes as cultural analogs to genes in that they self-replicate, mutate, and respond. See, it's like a multi-level marketing scheme of fake money, fake get rich quick. This is what it is. You're gonna get rich quick. Get in on the front. Get in on what they used to tell you this in the. Anybody ever been in a multi-level or MLM, multi-level marketing scheme where they sell vitamins or they sell something stupid, you know, like, I don't know, anything. They could sell anything. There's like a multi-level. This was back big in the 90s, you know, 80s, 90s. That was before the internet. They don't do multi-level marketing too much anymore, but they were like, you got to get on a ground level. Get in on the ground level. You're going to get rich if you get in now. You got to get in now, though, because you got to be at the tippy top. Because when everybody jumps in, you're going to be rich. You're rich because you got all these people below you putting in money, and it's all going up to the top, and then it trickles down, and all these people down here, they don't make anything. They might make their money back if they're lucky, but mostly they lose. They lose all their money because they're at the bottom. And that's the way it is in politics. You're just, when you look at your dollar, look at the back of your dollar. There's a pyramid there, and there's an eye at the top. That eye is watching everything right now through all the technology. They're listening to everything that we're talking about. And they're like, uh-oh, they know too much. These guys are getting too much information there. And so we're getting too smart. So that's all a meme coin is. It's a coin that's not really worth anything. It's all fake. Fake money, fake WWE, political drama, but it made to look real. Made to feel real. Some people might get rich off it if they know what they're doing. But you got to be very quick and you got to know what they're playing, what game they're playing in order to capitalize on it. But anyways, guys, that was just a little hangout with you guys late night. Hopefully you got something out of this. Yeah, it's tulips. That's it, Mark. Tulips. Bulb gambling. Yeah, look up the tulip gambling. I guess they had it back in the 1800s when they said, oh, these different tulips were worth something. Everybody was putting money into tulips, buying tulips. It's like, what? They're buying tulips for what? They think there's value in tulips. I mean, it's like people, I don't know, crazy. People did it way back in the day. We're not insiders to know exactly. We don't have all the inside scoop, so we're going to end up losing out. But anyways, God bless you guys. Let's just say a prayer and ask the Lord to bless everybody here. We thank you, Jesus, for your love. We thank you for your blessing. We thank you for teaching and guiding us into all truth. Thank you for bringing about a body that is your body here in the earth, that truly knows you, that seeks your face, that sacrifices and lays their life down as an offering up to you so that you can fill our lives with true meaning, true wisdom and purpose, and ultimate destiny that will be fulfilled at your soon return. And Lord, may we gather together in your holy name, asking whatever we will. You said, as two or more you are gathered in your name, there you are in our midst. And that you will, as touching anything that we shall ask, and it will be done to us when we pray in accordance with your will. We know that you hear us. We know that we receive the petitions and the requests that we've asked. With thanksgiving, we honor you with great faith, and we thank you for increasing everyone's faith here, even with signs and wonders that would confirm it. I pray with each person here that even doubts. Lord, help our unbelief. If we doubt, we pray that we recognize that you can actually increase our faith. And Lord, may it be done with true substance and not just some ethereal, feel-good hopium. We're talking about the reality of knowing you in real time, in real space, in real, as we walk by faith and not by sight, the reality of that spiritual awareness that actually does affect our natural world. And we pray that you would enter in to our experience now and transform not only our hearts and our souls, but our physical bodies and our physical environment and the people that we touch every day. Make the reality of your presence known in Jesus' name as the light of truth to light the world is here. In Jesus' name, we thank you and praise you. Amen. All right, guys, we'll be back here again tomorrow with a great devotion. So stay tuned for that. Usually mid mornings to early afternoons, we come and we hang out and we do a little devotion. We did that today when we did the broadcast on the Trump stuff. I kind of just inserted a devotion right there, right then and there. So there was a devotion in there, but we'll do it again tomorrow. God bless, and we'll talk to you soon. Stay safe, everyone. Amen. Pablo, Cheyenne, Arnold, Cindy, Cynthia, Scott, God bless. And we'll